Lord's been good to me.
Is
I
he?
shouldn't be here.
Well, yeah, you still got work to do here.
That's right.
He'll tell you when you gotta come home.
Yeah. You still having your meetings with the other?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he'll tell you when.
When you're ready. Oh.
Well, we're trying to get you some business out here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go right over here in front of the sign, Pete. There, and then at the end we can talk.
You want to get a chair? We can get a chair and set it.
Well, yeah, a couple. Let's get a chair or two. Now we're in business.
Okay. You gotta get behind the sign like we got a camera going. Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. I got a camera going, Pete. Yeah, brother. All right. Welcome to our webcast this morning. We're at Caesars Creek Flea Market at I-71 and State Route 73 here near Wilmington. And our guest this morning is none other than Ohio State football legend. Huh? Oh, it's not on speakers outside. Oh, okay. Well, people walking by, they don't know what's going on. But anyway,
people just
we just
chime in.
Yeah, that's all right. Let them chime in. That's fine. We are talking about your foundation, and we'll get to that in just a bit, Pete. But tell us about growing up and how you got started in football.
Oh, well, I was in Fort Valley, Georgia. And I lived with my great-grandparents. I was raised by them. Too many people don't even know their great-grandparents, unless I was raised by them. And my cousin, you know, I used to go play with them, and they were much older, and we'll play in the streets, and everyone said, man, you're really good. You should be playing. And then I started playing high school football, believe it or not, in 7th grade.
Yeah. Wow. That's a pretty big step. When you're a 7th grader and you step into the high school, that has to be a kind of an eye-opening experience.
Well, what happened, I was in the elementary high school band, and I was on my way to band practice, and the coach said, son, you're too big to be playing in the band. You need to come out for football. And I went out. He said, be there at 3 o'clock, and I was there at 3 o'clock. I took my cousin with me. And shoot, it was 3 games into the season before he realized I was only in 7th grade.
Wow. Yeah. I'm sure they were glad to have you.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun.
And you get to play a lot?
Oh, I started. Always been a starter all my life. Basketball, football, no matter what I did. You know, I just always did my best. I raised my great-grandparents. They encourage you, no matter what you're going to do, you got to do your best at it.
That's right. From there, you moved on after high school. You moved on into the college ranks. And how did you get into Ohio State?
Well, Woody recruited me. Pretty much every school in the country recruited me. And I had 38 school recruited me for basketball. But I wanted to play linebacker, and everybody else wanted me to be a running back.
Yeah.
So Woody kind of led me believe as I came to Ohio State, he'll let me play linebacker. But we had, I think, one of the best linebacker ever at Ohio State, a guy by the name of Randy Gradishar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you eventually gave up being a linebacker, wound up as the fullback, and I'm sure some of the opposition was glad that you switched to fullback.
I think they probably hated it. But Woody, you know, he said, son, you're a natural fullback. He said, why do you want to be a linebacker so bad? I said, well, Coach, I love to hit. He said, shoot, you got an opportunity there to hit all you want. And, you know, we had the only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner, Archie Griffin, so yeah. I got to hit a lot.
Yeah, you got to open a few holes there for him, too.
Oh, yes, we did.
You could plow up through the middle, and Archie'd take it down the sidelines, and they didn't know what was coming at them.
Oh, and then we'll switch up. He'll go up the middle, I go down the sideline.
Yeah. What are some of your fondest experiences at Ohio State? I'm sure you got many, especially with Coach Woody and all the other guys up there, but I'm sure you've got some real highlights.
I think my fondest memory is the relationship developed between Coach Hayes and I. You know, I was raised by my great-grandparents, and he just kind of reminded me a lot of my great-grandfather and the conversation him and I used to have just about life and people. To this day, I can hear him in one ear and my great-grandfather in the other, especially when I think about doing something wrong.
Yeah. I have a friend that Bill Anders that he played for Coach Woody, and I've heard some stories. Coach Woody was really a different person off the field.
Well, Coach Hayes protected his players. Mm-hmm. You know, he used to tell me that the meteor destroyed 2 of the best players he ever had. and he wasn't going to let that happen again. So anyone that doesn't like Coach A, they never met him.
Yeah.
Because he was all about the United States and Ohio and the Ohio State University. He started every meeting with some point in history, something about history, something that was going on right now that we need to know about and he need to address.
Yeah.
You know, and that was days after practice. He, son, hurry up before training table. We got somewhere to go, and we'll go to University Hospital and just visit people. And that was the kind of man Coach Hayes was.
He was a real humanitarian, and a lot of people don't realize what a guy he was when it comes to being a humanitarian and outreach to the community.
Well, you know what, I think people forget, you know, with the power of the media, and anymore, they only report bad stuff.
Right.
So people don't report the good stuff that Coach Hayes did. All they saw is when he trying to protect his player and putting his foot up the cameraman butt of the reporter. Well, that's a lot to see.
Yeah. And he also had a pretty good coaching staff around him, too.
Oh, he had a great coaching staff. Woody always said, you know, he wasn't the best coach, but no one was going to outwork him. He always made sure he surrounded himself with great coaches.
Yes. From there, you went on to a great career with the Cincinnati Bengals, and Paul Brown was another great guy.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I didn't get to play for Mr. Brown. He retired the year before I got there. Archie got to play 1 year for him because, you know, Archie was there the year ahead of me. Yeah. And we had a guy, Tiger Johnson, and then we got a guy by the name of Forrest Gregg, which was awesome.
Yeah, he expected you to toe the line, but he was a good coach.
He was a great coach. He reminded me a lot of Coach Hayes. You know, he just, as he said anything, he wanted you to do it.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't going to ask you to do nothing he wouldn't do.
And that's the way he played the game, too.
Oh, yeah, with Green Bay. Great offensive lineman for Green Bay for years.
Oh, yeah.
All pro.
Yeah. Some of the highlights with the Bengals, you had some great games with the Bengals and rolled up a lot of yards and scored a lot of touchdowns.
Well, yeah, you know, and then, you know, I got to team up with my little buddy again, Archie, and that was fun. And, you know, it's so funny. Still, Isaac, Curtis, Kenny, a lot of the guys, we still do stuff together to this day.
Well, you built a great chemistry with all those guys, having played with them on the field and been around them all that time. It's hard not to be associated with all those guys.
Well, you know, we knew each other, and, you know, we cared about each other, and we knew each other's family. You know, and I don't think the younger guys see that. They don't have that relationship that we had back then. We went out together. We went to dinner with our family together, and I think that's what makes us still stick together.
Yeah. Well, there's been, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but they're talking now about the possibility of college players getting some sort of reimbursement or something for their time and their name recognition. What do you think about all that?
Well, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I do think they need to be compensated for, you know, where they can do stuff. I remember I hated living in the dorms, and when I moved out, and sure, they paid for the dorm and they paid for me to eat in the cafeteria. But when I moved out of the dorm, they would only give me $75 a month. Now, that ain't going to rent nothing. Sure ain't going to pay for no food. No. You know, I think they get a guy $500 now. But what can they get? What can they do? Yeah. With the time they got to spend in the classroom and the time they got to spend on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the glamorous life necessarily that everybody thinks it is.
No, everyone always said education free. It ain't free. You work for it.
Yes. All right, tell us a little bit about this foundation, and I don't want to mispronounce the name, the Stinkula Family Foundation. Did I mess that up?
You just messed that one all up. Right, well, don't worry, it took me 5 years to pronounce it. Stinkula Family Foundation. And the guy, Dave Stinkula, he used to own Ohio Delivery. Okay. You might have seen all these trucks carrying all these cars on it. Well, that was his company. And we used to do a golf outing for Children's Hospital for autism. And he was the major sponsor for years. So we did this for 21 years. And so I said, hey, you need to start a foundation, because he really just took over, him and his family. You know, they sent all the materials out. They booked the golf club. They got hotel for the players. And I said, you know, you need to start a foundation. That way, Melissa Lawrence is one of the girls in charge of the autism unit at Children's Hospital. And she had families that needed kid tested, and the hospital wouldn't let her do it. So through the Stinkula Family Foundation, we can do that now. Yeah. Anytime she needs that, we can take care of it. Plus, we started doing football cheerleading camp for kids with autism. Yeah. and the doctor said that's better than the $150,000 we've been giving for 21 years. Because the kids really learn how to do more than one thing, and it just by getting 80 to 100 kids together with the same problem, they end up each one learning from the other one, and it's really been a blessing.
How much do you travel about with the foundation?
Oh, we travel a lot, and I had to take Dave and kind of put him on a ring because he don't know the word no. He don't know how to say no. He'll call me something nice, and he said, Pete, we got a camp in California we got to go do. Dave, when we going to have time to do this? Yeah. You know, he just can't say no. You know, Dave, we still take a little planning. We good, but we still take a little planning. But take the people like Caesars Creek here. They just, over the last 10, 15 years, they've been wonderful. Yeah. They let us come in and set up and raise money to do these camps. And we don't charge a family. These camps are all free. And you can go to the ChulaFamilyFoundation.org and you can sign your kids up. We have one in Cincinnati, Columbus. We do one in Pittsburgh, Rutgers University. We do one at Rutgers. We do one Nashville, Tennessee. And, you know, we got another 10 planned for next year, which will give us 19 camps we do.
Wow, that's fantastic. And today you're going to be here at Caesars Creek. You've got memorabilia. You'll sign autographs, sign whatever memorabilia.
Yep, I got pictures and stuff here. They can bring stuff in for Steelers fans. I have Steelers stuff. For Brown fans, I have Brown stuff. I don't discriminate, and you know, it's all about raising money for the foundation. Yeah.
You'll be here again tomorrow.
I'll be here tomorrow. You got 11 to 4, and I'll be here until 4 today. Tell everyone to stop coming in. So,
and I think, are you going to be here, next weekend?
The next weekend, yeah, next 3 weekends.
Fantastic. Well, I know the fans will be lining up here shortly to see you, and you've got a lot of great things and a great foundation. Once again, the name of the foundation?
Chula Family Foundation.
Okay.
And people, you out around here, come up to Caesars Creek, because out there, they got a big deal they're doing today, not here, but they have their own foundation, and they would raise probably $200,000 a day.
Wow.
They're over in Dayton doing a big luncheon and stuff, where people come out and have lunch and make donations. And like I say, they just wonderful. And this right in your back door, you're from Wilmington, just come on up and help support the vendors here, and that keep the economy going.
Speaking of Wilmington, you spent some time in Wilmington when you were in training camp here.
Oh, 7 years. That's where we was. And I met it evening after practice. We got a little hour in up at the bowling alley.
Oh, yeah. And there was a few guys when the old smorgasbord was out at the end of town. They'd hit that smorgasbord and about clean them out.
Oh, I can imagine. Eddie Edward, Rawls, and Wilson Whitley, they could put it away.
Well, Pete Johnson, it's been a great honor to be with you today. Best luck with the foundation, and best luck here and wherever you may travel.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. And we'll be in Wilmington in 3 weeks with the Kirk Meek Foundation Golf Island.
All right. Yeah. Where are you playing at?
At Snow Hill.
Snow Hill. Great place to play golf.
Yep. Yes, it is.
All right. What kind of handicap you carrying?
Whatever I need.
Whatever you need. All right. That sounds like a good answer. All right, Pete. Well, thank you, brother.
All right,
good to see you. All right, Pete Johnson. We're here at Caesars Creek Flea Market in Wilmington, and we'll see you down the road soon. And stop by and see Pete and get some autograph and signings and pick up some memorabilia. We'll see you soon. Thank you. All right.
Thanks, buddy.